Hello everyone, I am Zarek Sword Sentinel, and welcome back to Century of Economy 2019. The Spanish continue their business as usual, with the hoist repairing at the home island. Various gold ships focus on the finished goods side of the split island. Intermediaro helps spread the resource around with his gold-sharing ability. The new cursed launches sail out, destination Hidden Cove Island. The Guishan is returning, while the Fiddler's Green heads back toward the Gold Island, in anticipation of gold replenishing there when the resources change value. The Urchin loads spices from the Hidden Cove docks. The Americans have almost single-handedly exhausted my supply of 6 coins, though the Spanish and French have lent a hand. Here the Americans add to their caches of stored resources. The Swift Victory has already upgraded Pyramid Island with a town. The USS Spirit prepares to upgrade the town with a trading port. At the end of their turn, the Americans launched the Special Edition Concord to replace the Freedom as their anti-pirate ship in the Kanohi Squadron. The pirates upgrade their colony to level 4, making it a launching point for them. The stores of gold on the colonizer ships is almost exhausted, however, and the bounty has already begun to head for home to get more. The Rising Sun docks home, and Havana takes a shore leave. Meanwhile, the White Rose has docked home another load of food from Split Island. The pirates have a strong presence in Voyanui Bay. The Orca lingers about, ready to weaponize the plague at a moment's notice, and the Dead Man's Point has at least 2 cannons in range of the Grey Beach. The Amity looks on with the Banshee's Cry. Both are waiting for gold to reappear on Voyanui and the surrounding Gold Islands. Meanwhile, the Darkhawk II and Raven's Neck are heading back to pirate territory, while the Collector with Grim the Savage waits to redock at the military port to pick up a helmsman. At the end of their turn, the pirates fortify their position even further by launching the Spanish main Harbinger, along with Sack Captain Blackheart, a helmsman, and sack food. The English go about their business, slowly acquiring food and other goods. Noticing the growing American presence around what the English consider to be their island, they launch the HMS Forge with the captain, helmsman, musketeer, and firepot specialist from Fort Brompton. Ships come and go from the Flat Top Island. The French are doing well and have considerable amounts of gold on their home island, but have been reluctant to spend it. The French home island, a ripe target for any would-be plunderers. In the background, the town on Triangle Island has been upgraded to a trading port. The Lee Blue trades more finished goods for medicine. The new trading port on Triangle Island, built to entice the Spanish and generate new sources of income. The Crista del Obispo and El Garante have essentially switched places, with the Obispo now overseeing security on the southern side of Pride Rock, near the shipwreck pathway, while the Garante keeps an eye on the pirates. The Spanish stock their home island with metals, as ships crowd in to unload them. Metals are not worth much now, but could be soon with the resource counter almost up. The Spanish are able to squeeze 2 ships onto the beach at the Split Island. At the end of their turn, the Spanish launched their own set of native canoes from their colony fort. The Americans upgrade their town on Pyramid Island to a trading port, giving them a second launch point and a potential gateway into the North Sea. The Americans use all available fleet actions to bring home as many finished goods as possible at once, as they plan to cash it all in at the end of their turn. The Swift Victory and Frontier are the benefactors of these actions, the Frontier especially, who was able to gather finished goods from the other ships onto herself and dock them home. The pirates take a forgettable turn to cash in all of their stored food and earn themselves well over 100 gold. With knowledge of the cursed, the English no longer feel as secure, and make plans to upgrade the Hidden Cove Island. French ships crowd in to unload their final hauls before the resources change. The French are quite literally sitting on a mountain of gold. Once again, ships crowd around the Spanish home island, as runners and cargo ships vie for position to unload their holds of metals. The Spanish have a good system of gold runners, and are considering building a chain exploring system of their own. The American colonizing squadron is making full sail toward the Gold Island in the North Sea. The English have accentuated their presence around the island, however, and tensions are high. The Frontier works her hoist magic, grabbing finished goods from inbound ships and dropping them at home so that they may be cashed in. the Americans would cash in all of their stored resources and earn almost 200 gold. The Speedy Return has been reassigned to Kanohi Island, where her wide double hulls will not interfere with resource gathering. The Darkhawk 2 has docked at the Gold Island in anticipation of it refilling, as has the Amity at Voyanui. The Harbinger blocks the North Gap, while the Neck takes a leisurely course around Tutorial on her way back to Pirate Waters. Of interest is Dom Pedro Gilbert, who was taking shore leave on Tutorial Island. It turns out he was not taking leave, but was waiting for a friend to join him, as the pirates launched the Deliverance from Crimson Coast, with Captain Jack Sparrow and a helmsman at Tutorial Island. The pirates were also able to get one more load of food home, and cash that in as well to pay for the launching. The English bring in their last hauls of food and spices, and take a collective breath of the resources time out. The Forge and Durham stare down the Atlanta, as tensions rise between the Americans and English. At the end of their turn, the English launched the HMS Benjamin from Return of Davy Jones, with a helmsman. The French managed to derelict the cursed Le Pique, and make plans to retake her for themselves. With that, the resource duration expired, and new rolls were needed. With much anticipation, the dice were rolled, with a 3 coming up for value, making spices and metals the most valuable resource, and benefiting the English and Spanish. However, the real jaw-dropper was the duration, the maximum roll of 12. On top of that, the Gold Islands in Voyanui have refilled with gold. A blend of UTs and shiny silver now occupy select islands on the map, and the largest one in the middle. The Spanish flock to Pride Rock to load the metal that the island produces. The cash on the Archway Island is forgotten and ceded to the French for trade considerations. The Fiddler's Green explored the Gold Island in the north and found, among other things, the Cursed Conch, shipping charts, and the Dead Man's Chest. The Cursed are eager to dock at Hidden Cove, with spices now being the most valuable resource, and for quite a while too. The English are less pleased. Both lumber and finished goods are semi-valuable, not worth much gold. This will test the American gold system, though the Americans have quite a bit of gold saved up, and now consider spending it. The Destiny and Roanoke dock at the Gold Island, while the Atlantis stands her ground against the Forge and Durham. In the background, Rogers and Preble prepare to engage, if necessary. The pirates explore Voyanui with the Deliverance and Amity. The Deliverance is hit with double rums, which will freeze her for 2 turns, and the Amity found a metal hull, smuggled goods, marines, and the Chariot of the Gods, which was incorrectly played in the moment. Adding to their adventures, the Darkhawk 2 found a message in a bottle, and this time there was no dispute over which island had the fewest coins on it, as the DH-2 was flung across the ocean to the northern Gold Island. The resource change does not bother the pirates. In fact, they benefit from it, as the shipwreck pathway is a metals island. Meanwhile, the Bounty brings a haul of gold to the colonizer fleet, which will look to upgrade it to the maximum level of 5 soon. The pirates end their turn by launching the Lacan 2 with David Sage, both from Pirates of Dark Tides, along with UPS food at their home island. The Durham flexes English power and docks at the Gold Island, with intent to build a fort on the island. The Americans are upset but have not lost their cool, yet. Elsewhere, the English reorient themselves, so as to maximize their potential to get spices. The Matuku explores the island of St. Pierre and finds Lost, among other things, which resulted in an added Sargasso Sea and reef. The French have cleaned up and organized their home island. The Lion has taken Le Pique under tow, and the ship will soon serve France once again. And that wraps up this report. Tension is building, especially between the Americans and the English, while the Spanish still look like the early game favorites. If you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.